Okay, welcome back, and today's video is going to be all about what I use on a daily basis, weekly basis, what I use for race day and so on. It's going to be like a nice in-depth review, nice and chill, nice and relaxed, about what I use as well as what you can use as well. Maybe to help you get that PB you be looking for, maybe to get that extra training running, or maybe strength training, recovery and so on. So the first bit now is going to be all about what gels I use, what hydration tablets and so on, because it's so vital that everybody should know what they do. So the first thing is, living in the UK, don't get much sun, and honestly some of us may not have enough time to get like all the vitamins we need in. So I use these vitamin D3 supplements in from Holland and Barrett, or however you say it. Obviously, vitamin D3 contributes to good bone health, which with running you're definitely going to need, as you're putting a lot of force through your body, especially through your muscles as well as your bones. So they need that extra strength. And then I have these multivitamin gummies as well, which contain all sort of the necessary vitamins you need from day to day. But personally, I only use these just to give me a little bit of help. But as well as this, I do eat a lot of whole foods. So like your bananas, your grapes, your strawberries, and all the sort of veg and fruits, just to make sure you get all the vitamins and everything your body needs. So, moving on, hydration tablets. Now, the misconception with hydration tablets is they keep you hydrated. Yes and no. You still need to be drinking loads of water, but as well as this, you want to be making sure you're not drinking too much to the point where when you go to the toilet, your urine is coming out clear. If it's clear, that means you washed all the electrolytes out your system. You want to sort of like a cloudy lemonade. I know it's not nice, but I'll put it out there. But if you're someone who struggles to maybe drink enough, if not keep themselves hydrated, I know the case is a little bit messed up now. I've got another pack, but I use these hydration tablets from Home Bargains. They're nice and lovely. I've got the strawberry and lime ones, but a lot of things I've got here I've used different from different companies. I've found my preferred brand and everything, but it's all about finding what you like. Another nice company that's had great reviews about it is High Five, and they've got everything from hydration tablets to gels to everything a runner needs, which leads me on to my next thing, which is running gels. Not essential. It's not the most essential thing in my routine. I wouldn't depend on them, but I'm most dependent on them during races, especially 10Ks and half marathons. So I use these ones from Home Bargains again, same company as these hydration tablets, which are SciFit ones. Amazing. They're nice and easy to digest. They're watery, but they're nice and sweet as well to give you a nice boost. And I think that's what you need for runs, especially if you're doing your long runs, which I normally bring myself a just in case gel, just to give me that bit of energy if I need it for park run or just to get me through it. Another set of gels I like is these High Five ones. As you can see, I've already opened them, but honestly, they're such a great running gel, and I'd advise you to go for them over the SciFit ones. But like I said, with everything I've got here, honestly, if you're a beginner or struggling to find your own favourite brand, just have a look around, invest early, maybe get, I know you can get them separately, like I've got these here. Maybe grab one of these, a High Five one. I know Sports Direct, all the running shops may have different ones. Pick a different couple up, have a test of them, but make sure you test them 2 days before your run or a run to make sure your stomach isn't gonna react badly to it. So it's all about finding what you prefer. And as well as this, I don't have them here, but I use collagen. I take some collagen supplements as well, which contribute to the joint health. So, with runners, we're constantly using our muscles as well as joints, and we need to look after everything. And the last thing I have, don't use them that often, but I normally use them at the start of races or just a little bit of energy at the start, is these sort of glucose chews. They're little tablets. I've got raspberry flavoured, but it's just something nice. You can quickly chew on them on the race before you race, and I haven't had any stitches or any problems with them. And these tablets, I'd say, work better if you're not a big fan of gels. And if you haven't tried a gel before, it's weird. You might not like it, but same with me. But the more gels you take, the more you get used to them. But if you're still not a big fan of them, I'd say go for these fast-acting glucose tablets or chews. They're caffeine and gluten-free, so if you're not a big fan of your caffeine or don't like it or drink it, or you got some sort of gluten allergy, and I know some gels might contain gluten, these are the ones for you. So those are my supplements in a nutshell. Next, I'll go over my shoes, but specifically what I use them. So, running shoes. Everybody needs them, and everybody has different opinions, different styles of running, and so on. I've already made a video about this, so if you want a little bit more in-depth review about them, go have a look at that. But there's going to be a nice little section here generally about running shoes. So running shoes, obviously, you got different ones. I've tried different ones, I love them all. But I'm going to give my overall review about my top 3 and a little bit about how you can find your perfect shoe. So for daily trainers, the recently released Nova Blast 5s. Honestly, the best daily shoe I've ever tried. I've still got a pair now. I've got a pair of Hoka Clifton 9s. I know the 10s have been recently been released. But honestly, these are such a great shoe. Nice and cushioned, nice and low stack. And honestly, I do loads of my mileage in them. And I use these for my daily runs, if not my sort of long-ish runs. And generally it's something to carry on with and definitely worth an investment. So next is my tempo / threshold speed shoe, whatever you want to call it. Varies from time to time. Sometimes I prefer one shoe, sometimes I prefer the other. But the one shoe that definitely comes on top for me is the recently released Nike Zoom Fly 6. Sorry if I botched the name up a little bit, but this is one of my favourite shoes. Definitely a big improvement from the 5s. It's more cushioned, more supportive. But one thing I would say, if you're mainly a heel striker, this extra bit of padding at the back might become a little bit unstable as it is quite high. So all in all, I use this for my speed shoe, my interval, whatever you want to call it. And as well as this, I use it for my long run shoe, as it does have a Floyd plate in it. Not as stiff as a race day shoe, but it is a nice hybrid shoe if you're looking for something to do everything. So anything from your easy runs to your long runs to your mid-long runs, intervals, long runs, or even race day if you're on a budget. And this is one of my highly rated shoes with a carbon plate in it. So the very last thing is a race day shoe. A race day shoe varies from person to person. Everyone's got their preferences, everyone's got their likes, their dislikes about them. So I'm fairly tall myself, so I like a nice cushion shoe, as well as a nice one that's going to keep me stable. So I started out with the Alpha Fly 2. which everyone should knows when the second version of the the OG Alpha Fly one. So I use the Alpha Fly 3. As you can tell, I have not worn these yet, and yeah, as you can tell, I haven't worn these yet because I still got the little cardboard things in them. But honestly, it's one of my favourite race day shoes. Oops, sorry about that. It's one of my favourite race day shoes. It's got a carbon plate in it. It's way more stiff than the Zoom Fly 6, but it is more hefty in price. But as someone who's tall and likes a bit of cushion and stability, this is the perfect shoe. And honestly, when you're picking out the pace in these, you can definitely feel the effort. But it's got 2 zoom units, perfect for, well, it's designed for half marathon to marathon distance. But personally, I use them for my 10Ks as well as so many other people do. But this is probably my favourite race day shoe out of the lot. I also got the Nike Vaporfly 3. There's been a lot of controversy with the Vaporfly 4, as it's now known as mainly a shorter racer shoe compared with the Vaporfly 3 here, where it's got a little bit more cushion than the 4s, and it's more, people wear it for marathons, half marathons quite comfortably. So those are my running shoes that I would highly advise for anyone. But if you're struggling to find a pair of shoes that's suitable for you, if not unsure about what shoes to get, I'd highly advise going to a gait analysis test, which is simply a test where they put you on a treadmill with a pair of running shoes on, and they get you to run at a comfortable pace. They record you from your they record you all the way down to your feet, just to your just your feet, and they'll review it back and they'll show you what's different. So some people might pronate, or I don't know, is it externate? I'm not sure, but they see if your running shoes that you got on now are affecting your running style. So pronate and externate, I'm not sure, pronate, whatever. So all it is to see how your foot lands as well as which way it's going. Then that determines what kind of shoes you can wear. But if you don't want to be spending too much money, you can go over to Sports Direct, and they have a machine where all you need to do is stand on it, and it'll give you a preference in shoes that they think is best for you. So you've got supportive, you've got comfort, and so on. But honestly, find a perfect pair of shoes for yourself, so you're not breaking the bank too much trying to find that perfect mid-range shoe. And honestly, invest in a little bit of money, spend a little bit more money now rather than later, to make sure you get the best performance out of your shoes. As well as this, I use this foot shoe deodorant. I know it's weird, but shoe deodorant, if you're someone who's been running a lot, got sweaty feet and everything, your shoes stink, and your partner, family, wherever is not a big fan of the smell, definitely this helps just keep them nice and fresh and not smelling. And one more thing I forgot to add to my supplement bit is protein powder. Long distance, if you're like a proper go for it long distance runner, obviously you might not need as much protein, but I go to the gym twice a week, so I'm going to need that extra bit to help me recover. And everyone knows protein, but if you don't, all it does is help microfibers in your body, your muscles repair a little bit quicker. So next is going to be running gear, what I use for races and general use, as well as what apps I use and how do I track my run. So running equipment, what do you need, or what would you need, and how do you know it's going to be nice for you? So like any runner needs, they're going to need maybe 2 to 3 tops, 2 pairs of shorts, a couple of socks, and so on. But so if I was to advise getting a top, loads of running companies do them, But I'd say if you're looking for a nice cheap stuff to get, Asics, Sports Direct, Sports Shoes, Pro Direct are a couple of websites I suggest where they do high quality stuff for reasonable prices. And like I said, nice lightweight top from that. I got that from Newport, 10k. But I'd say get a nice lightweight top, because there's nothing worse than having a cotton top, or no, there's nothing worse than having a top that's maybe gonna rub against your skin or something like that and cause blisters. So you want to find something that's lightweight, breathable, and all in all comfortable for you. So the second thing is shorts. So I've got I've got 2 different shorts here, and I've got a pair of leggings. So the leggings, as you can see, nice and long, but the only time I'd use them is during the winter, because obviously it's going to be colder, and for some people their legs might be a little bit more sensitive to the cold. So a pair of leggings like this, these are from Carrymore, another great brand, cheap stuff, and as well as high quality. So a pair of shorts, I don't have them here with me now, but these are the pair of shorts I wear often. They got nice and lightweight, and got a little legging bit inside, nice and comfortable, and as well as this, it's got pockets. And if you're a runner that likes to carry their phone, their headphones, gels or something, go and find a pair of shorts with a zippy up pocket, and this will just help them keep them nice and secure. And I've got another pair of shorts where there's a little pocket down the legging bit, where I can put my phone and everything, and it just helps it keep secure. As well as that, it's got like a little pocket at the back where I can slide any gels, my headphones and so on, just to make sure it's nice and safe and secure. So the next thing is my race day shorts. I use them for long runs as well, but race day shorts I use is the Under Armour half tights. Everyone's preferences is different. Some people might prefer short shorts. Some might prefer long leggings. Some might prefer half tights. Some might prefer a pair of shorts with the legging in as well as something on top. Everyone's different. Find something from you that's suitable for you. But I got these from Sports Direct. Nice and comfortable. They've got elastic waistbands, so it does hug your waist. And the shorts, the legging bit here helps wrap. It's nice and comfy and helps stay secure on your legs. As well as this, it's got like a little pocket. I'm not sure if you can see, but there. It's got a little pocket where I put my gels and so on in. And it's honestly helped me so much. They're lightweight, comfortable, and that's all you want to be asking from a pair of running shorts. So, I'm not sure if you can hear it there, but it's raining outside, and especially in the UK, you do get a lot of rain. So it's worth investing in a lightweight, breathable coat. So this is from New Balance. I've had it for years and don't know how it still fits me, but this is perfect for if it's raining outside, you don't particularly want to get wet. It's got a nice hood there. It's got a zippy up top as well, so it helps you keep nice and dry or dry-ish on your runs. And got 2 more things to go over. One thing is a pair of long bottoms. Now these are lovely. They're from Canterbury, New Zealand. So I use them to wear down to the gym, to my races, to my runs, to pretty much anything really. I use them daily as well. They're nice and comfortable, and when we're racing, obviously if you've got your race day shoes on and everything and you don't particularly want to get them off, they do have a zip where you can take them, where you can zip them all the way up, and it's enough to get there's enough space for you to slide them off, and obviously slide them off to get your to make sure you're ready to go for your race, as well as to get your feet and so on through. I've used them so many times. They're so great for races, especially during the winter when it's a little bit colder. And the last thing is common sense. Running shoes, running socks. Invest in running socks, not just a pair of socks, because honestly, it makes so much difference. You've got compression ones, you've got loose ones, you've got half crew. Find a pair of socks that is suitable for you. With some shoes nowadays, I'd advise you to get a nice long pair, and this makes all the difference because it stops blisters or running shoes rubbing or your shoes rubbing against you. Everyone's different, like I said, but find the perfect pair for you. I know there's a lot of things today, but let's go over everything. So make sure to find the proper gear for you. Make sure you've tried it, if you can, in the shops to make sure it's suitable for you, and then save you having to drive 3-4 miles to go back there. And the last 3 things, running glasses. I understand you don't need them now, but perfect for the summer. If you live in a place where there's loads of bugs, they keep them bugs out of the way. I got these from Amazon for like £8, and they came in a pack of 2, like here. You get 1 white pair and 1 black pair. So if you like running in the summer, obviously white, and then in the winter black. Obviously all of you should know about the 2 different colour clothing. So if you've got white clothing or wear a lot of white, it reflects majority of the sun or the heat. If you've got black, obviously absorbs the heat. So obviously it's down to preference, obviously. But if I say try and invest in 1 pair of white glasses, 1 pair of black ones, they're nice and comfortable, but like I said, find the perfect running glasses for you. And obviously headphones. I've got the AirPods Pro 2 or 2nd gen, whatever they're called. I use them now and then for my long runs, and such a great thing to have if you're running alone a lot or just need that little bit of energy. Obviously, I use my phone to track my runs as well, but honestly, just kit wise, just make sure if you've got a pair of noise cancelling headphones and you live around on main streets and so on, make sure you have them on transparency mode so you can hear everything surrounds you. But if you live on a quiet country lane or quiet streets, it's not going to be that bad. So the final thing for today is what I use to track my runs. So like I said, I use my phone to track my runs, but I don't use it that often. I only use it if my watch isn't fully charged, I don't have it with me. So the watch I use is the Garmin 165. I picked this up for a hefty 250, but honestly it's so much better than my old one. It's got an AMOLED screen, and as you can see, tracks your steps, heart rate, calories, and runs and everything. And it even shows you your VO2 max as well as your recovery time. So, and your HRV, which is your heart rate variability. So it's just difference between, I think, your highest and lowest peak in your heart rate. But honestly, such a great investment. And if you're starting out running, you don't have to get a watch. I know you can get some cheap pre-owned ones from CEX. You can get ones from Garmin fairly cheap, from John Lewis, Argos. Just have a look around, and some of them are £55, so it's not too bad. But also I use Strava and to just log my runs. It's a free app and anyone can download it. All you need to do is set up an account, and then you can track your runs from there. You tell you how far you run, what pace, what distance, calories, and so on. And the final sort of app I use, or new runners can use if they're struggling for training is the Runner app. It's an app where it helps you with training. So just say you're training for a half marathon, it will build your training plan for you, and you can log it up to your Strava, your running watch, and so on. And this will help you stay to your runs, and honestly helps you with structure. So all in all, from today's video, for a short conclusion, is find the stuff that you're comfortable with, invest early in high quality gear, and all in all, just enjoy it, and don't stop. Just keep going. It's going to be hard like anything else, but have a good day. Share the video around, give it a like, just help with the algorithm, just to push out a little bit further. But have a nice day, everyone. Cold.